John, is there still a dispute as to the amount of child support to be ordered in this case?
Yes, now that it's been set for one child instead of two. And I didn't have my dental credits or vision credits on there for that I pay for the year.
What do you mean credits?
Or that I pay out of pocket for them. Sorry.
John, is there still a dispute as to the amount of child support to be ordered in this case?
Yes, now that it's been set for one child instead of two. And I didn't have my dental credits or vision credits on there for that I pay for the year.
What do you mean credits?
Or that I pay out of pocket for them. Sorry.
Okay. You're not talking about dental or vision insurance, right?
Yes, dental vision for the child support paperwork.
Okay. Have you provided documentation of those amounts?
I have the deductible from my check and how much it is per year, but I haven't provided it, I guess.
Okay. Then it always begs the question, does it reflect specifically how much the premium is to cover the child?
Yeah, my premium is $1,310 a year for dental, and then $477 a year for vision.
And who's covered?
The hearing opens with a direct question from the court. Is there still a dispute over the child support amount? John confirms there is, explaining the calculation changed after support was reduced from 2 children to 1. He raises concerns about dental and vision costs he pays out of pocket, initially referring to them as credits. The judge immediately seeks clarification, asking whether he means insurance premiums. John confirms he does, specifically related to the child support paperwork. The court pauses, pressing for documentation. John admits he has deduction amounts but has not yet submitted proof. The judge notes this omission before moving forward.
By that?
Rachel and Rebecca both.
Okay. Peggy, have you submitted a new child support worksheet?
Yes, I submitted 2 as since our initial hearing. One of the children has moved out. She took minimal belongings. All of her belongings are still at my home. She's still using my address for her vehicle and other things. And if this would have been settled with the first hearing, I wouldn't have had to submit 2 because I still would have had custody of both. So I've submitted both for you to look at, judge, and make a determination. I still have continued to pay for education expenses, clothing expenses, and everything for our oldest daughter, with her anticipated graduation date being May of 2026.
Okay, and how old is she right now?
She turned 18 in May, but she was held back a year in first grade, which we were married at the time and made that joint decision together.
The court focuses on whether the insurance premiums clearly reflect coverage for the child alone. John states his annual dental premium is $1,310, with vision costing $477 per year. When asked who is covered, he confirms both daughters are included. Attention then shifts to updated child support worksheets. Penny explains she submitted 2 versions because one child moved out after the initial hearing. She states the older daughter still uses her address and that expenses continue. Penny asserts she has maintained education, clothing, and related costs, emphasizing why both worksheets were provided for the court's determination.
Okay.
And then I updated the worksheets because JC reported 80,000 annual income and he's closer to 105. So even at the end of the call last time, he did not report accurate income. I'm sure if he's making over six figures, he was well aware of that.
When did the eldest daughter move out?
June 25th, which the continuation was ordered due to him wanting to seek an attorney, which he hadn't done.
The reason I was seeking an attorney was for her being 18 and stuff, and then she moved out, so there is no reason for it now that it's been adjusted.
All right, Penny, the worksheet that you're submitting on a single child calls for 1,000.
Penny further explains the older child recently turned 18, noting she was held back a year by a joint decision during the marriage. She then raises concerns about income reporting, stating John previously reported $80,000 annually but now earns closer to $105,000. She claims this discrepancy affected prior calculations. The judge asks when the older daughter moved out, and Penny responds June 25th. John explains the case delay was due to seeking legal advice regarding the child's age, but says adjustments now resolve that concern. The court listens carefully before turning to worksheet figures.
$235 a month?
Correct.
It doesn't include any health insurance deductions for the father.
He never provided that like he shared.
I just got insurance on that's $498 a month.
I do have them 100% of the time, Judge. I do have Rebecca 100% of the time. Her next visit is not scheduled with John. He has only had one visit with her since he moved to Oklahoma. And so he went from 35% visitation to now very rare and infrequent, if even monthly.
It's not part of that. This is child support. You know what I mean?
I would agree. Well, you gave some numbers regarding dental and vision insurance earlier that don't reconcile with what you just said, John. What we need to determine is what child-related health and dental insurance premium do you pay?
The judge confirms Penny's single-child worksheet reflects $1,235 per month. Penny agrees, noting no insurance deductions were included because John failed to provide timely information. She states she now carries health insurance costing $498 monthly. Penny adds she has full custody of Rebecca, with minimal visitation since John moved to Oklahoma. The judge reminds the parties that visitation is not part of child support calculations. Attention returns to reconciling conflicting insurance numbers previously mentioned. The court instructs John to clearly state what child-related premiums he actually pays through payroll deductions.
Every week, or every 2 weeks out of my check for them, I pay $1,835 for vision every 2 weeks for both girls out of my check, and $54.92 every 2 weeks out of my check. And every 2 weeks I pay $498.50 to cover Rachel and Rebecca on health insurance.
You get yours free?
Mine is through my employer they pay a little bit more, so I had to buy private insurance to cover them because it was going to be too expensive for me, sir. It was like $1,200 a month. So I was able to find it cheaper, but it's better coverage.
All right. On a single child worksheet, you wouldn't be entitled to claim 100% of the child-related premiums. You'd only be able to include 50%.
Okay.
and that is for the minor child covered by the child support order.
Good.
Well, though I highly encourage you to continue to.
John explains his deductions occur bi-weekly, listing vision, dental, and health insurance costs covering both daughters. He clarifies the medical policy is private because employer coverage was too expensive. The judge explains that under a single-child worksheet, only a portion of premiums can be credited. The 18-year-old is excluded from calculations. The judge determines only 50% of applicable premiums may be considered and even less where family plans apply. After clarification, the court explains the worksheet requires dividing coverage based on how many individuals are insured. John agrees to these limitations without objection.
Cover it for your 18-year-old who's now moved out.
Correct.
She's not part of the child support equation at this point. So only 50% of the child-related premium. And if you're if you're saying that you're not covered by any of these premiums that you've just recited to the court?
That is correct.
Yes.
Okay.
The dental.
No, well, the dental and eye, sorry. The dental and eye I'm covered by. Sorry, the medical, I'm covered through my work, through their medical. This one I had to buy outside private insurance.
All right, then only 1/3 of the vision and dental would be covered under the child support worksheet.
That's fine.
These might be family plans actually, Judge, so they might be even distributed even more with other children involved.
No.
No, they're all family plan. It's one fee for a family.
All right, well, you're certainly entitled to consideration on the worksheet for those premiums. The guideline.
The discussion shifts to tax considerations. John states he has never received a dependency credit because Penny always claimed both children. He explains there was never a shared arrangement. Penny responds that due to their income levels, no tax credit applies under the guidelines and she marked it accordingly. The judge explains that normally an adjustment may apply when one parent claims dependency every year, but it is not reflected here. Penny reiterates that income thresholds eliminate eligibility. The court acknowledges the explanation but notes the worksheet still lacks complete inputs, requiring further clarification before final computation.
Specifically call for that, but there's no other dispute regarding the numbers that she used in her most recent worksheet.
The tax credit, what's that? I haven't ever had a tax credit during the whole time I paid child support because she would never let me claim them because she would claim them.
There's no consideration due to our annual income, Judge.
She never gave me the option for her to do it 1 year and I do it 1 year or nothing. She just did it. And she always claimed both of them for the whole times I've been paying child support for, except for the last year.
Was that part just okay? I see. No credit was given under income tax considerations. Generally speaking, if one parent claims the dependency benefits for the child each and every year, there's an adjustment given on child support, but that's not factored in here.
Right.
So from what I understand from taxes as well, Judge, is that due to both of our annual incomes exceeding, there's nowhere on the taxes that they allow us to capture that because of our annual income. So I did not mark it. I marked it as a no. If we had a lower income, we would get a $2,000 credit.